Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Just Ask Freeman. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Rebecca Powers, of course, here with Freeman Owen Jr., who created Financial Sources, Inc. over almost 45 years ago.
Loving every minute of it.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
I want to ask you at home, how much risk can you tolerate? Do you know your risk? If you're watching record high inflation, as you know, stocks down, bonds down, it's not a great time. It's kind of the perfect storm, pretty scary. Do you help people figure out their risk? I know the answer to this, but I want you to tell them how important safety first is.
It is. You know, when you're younger, when I say younger, like in your 20s and you're starting your profession or whatever, 30s and 40s, there's a greater chance when there's losses in the market that you can recover.
Right.
I had mentioned earlier in one of our segments where I was talking about my niece and nephew, children, how they could tolerate more risk as young college graduates.
Because they've got that time.
They got the time of recovery.
Yeah.
The market goes up and down, just like I looked at how at one time the market dropped 30%. Now, if you got $1 million, you lost $300,000 in that week's time. Let's say you're 70. How in the world are you going to recover $300K and you're in the distribution mode? You're not working. Well, here's what we do. Number one, I would not recommend any market volatility on someone's assets, 59, 60, and
it's just a gamble.
Just a gamble. It's like a crapshoot.
Right.
You know, you just don't know day to day. And you cannot afford the loss of your funds because it takes so many years, a long time to get back to even.
Yeah.
So if you lost 30% in the market, it would take, and you're 60, it takes about 18 and a half to 20 years to get even.
Wow.
And what happens is on your birthday, boom, and then the market goes down again.
Right. So there's a way to protect that, and
Yes.
that's what you're so crafty and good at.
What you got to do, folks, get your tax efficient report. Just ask Freeman. Call us. Just 833-414-7233. Give us a call.
Yeah.
And then you'll have your tax efficient report, and it will show the tolerance.
Gotcha. And the risk, right?
The risk. And very few people in this economic environment at this point, you know, you got $500,000, $1 million, $2 million or so. You can't afford, it took you a long time to accumulate that. And you cannot afford to have these losses, so we make it a point.
Yeah.
We look at your risk factors, and it's calibrated. You could see, oh, wow, I can't tolerate this risk. It's at 20%, or it's at 24%. You age 55, 60. You have income-producing assets. There is a greater chance for a person 25 to 30 years old to lose 30% of their assets, so they may recover by age 50.
Right.
Alrighty. So, and then the fees and other, and taxes and so on any distribution. Well, folks, I know that my clients, 4,500 of them, they're not in the market. They just ask Freeman, the clients in Maryland, Virginia, DC, and out of state.
They don't want to take the risk, and you can move it over safely.
You cannot take the risk of losing your lifetime earnings. And look, Rebecca, look how long it took to accumulate in the accumulation stage, 10 years.
Yeah.
I've got clients now that are doing contracting work. Now, they retired from the government, and they decided to work after they retired because they have an excellent, they say, well, gee, I'm a 14 or 15 and I can be a contractor and earn 6 figures. You don't get a lot of benefits, but it's a nice way to supplement their retirement or their annuity. Now, a lot of them, now let me do a little sidebar. I worked in the federal system too as a mathematician. Under the civil service, I was a civil service, I had civil service status. 1984, 85, civil service servants, or those who were classified as civil servants, some of them converted to FERS, federal employee retirement plans, where there was a match and so on.
I thought you meant they gave us furs. I was like, I want to join it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yep.
Go on.
I tell you. So the thing is, a number of folks have, when they separate from service, they've got an annuity, and they have what we call a thrift savings plan, which is a tax qualified plan.
Like a pension?
Like, well, no, that's the tax.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
TSP is like equivalent or somewhat, equivalent to like a 401k.
Gotcha.
There's a salary reduction with your contributions. Now I'm going somewhere with this. Watch this. All right. Now you're first. The thing is, you'll have a supplement to your annuity. All right, if you separate from service. Now, the thing is, now you've got this TSP, Thrift Savings Plan, that some of it, there are categories for allocating a G fund, L fund, S fund, F funds. The G fund is most conservative. However, there is volatility in the S funds, F funds, and L funds, life funds.
Because they're connected to the market.
They're connected directly to the market.
Gotcha.
And so you look at that, when there's a loss, it's hard to recover. And if you separate from service, there's no contributions that can be made to the TSP or 401k.
Gotcha.
Okay, you no longer work there. So, and some folks have made the mistake of leaving their money in the market. You cannot contribute.
For too long.
Too long. And then also, when it goes down, how are you going to recover?
Right.
That's where many folks have come and said, well, we better just ask Freeman, because we don't know what to do with this TSP. We don't know what to do with a 401k. We don't know how to minimize our tax bite.
And these mistakes can be financially devastating, especially with the kind of climate we're in right now financially. So just ask Freeman with any questions that you have. Complimentary, no risk, absolutely no obligation. There's the number, 833-414-7233. We will be right back.
We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman. For a complimentary review, reach us at 833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. We're talking about risk. Do you know your risk tolerance, first of all? Would you rather not watch the news and get worried every night? That's how I felt. There are products, there are ways. As an independent, sir, you can choose. You can look at the entire planet, look at all the wonderful products, whether it's insurance or annuities or a Roth conversion at certain ages. So safety, safety, safety. Keep your principal. That is your goal, and that's what you're able to do. As you say, you stay in your lane.
That's it. Exactly. Stay right there in the lane. Now, I had made that little sidebar, but I wanted to emphasize the fact that some of the young people can recover 15, 20 years down the road when there's a loss.
But retirees can't.
We cannot.
Yeah.
Retirees,
you don't have 20 years.
The time.
Yeah.
The time, the time does not.
It's not on your side.
Not on your side.
Yes.
When you lose big chunks of your retirement savings.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to deal with that. Well, that's where I step in, financial literacy. There's a way, you can just mention the word, I just caught it, Roth conversion. The Roth conversion. The benefits of the Roth. And what does conversion? Converting the traditional IRA to a tax-free vehicle, or you could have, Roth can be an annuity, it can be a lot of different types of products. So I reach out
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, the distribution from a Roth is tax free.
Free.
Yeah. Now the criteria: 5 years, you make your contributions. But the key is, a lot of folks, I'll say this, don't know how to pay the taxes or where to get the money to pay the taxes up front for the Roth IRA. Now the benefits are very, very, very good because of the tax-free distribution from your instrument and no RMD, no required minimum distribution. That's out. One of our shows, we talked about how we had buckets.
Right.
All right.
Safe money, a
Safe
little bit
money.
you want to risk.
You can have a little bit, you can have some risk. I didn't like the fact that the gentleman called in from DC. He says, you know, my broker told me that the market's coming back. I told him, I said, well,
Yeah.
sir, how
How old
old are you?
are you? Yeah.
Yep. He said, well, I'm 74 years old and I got about $500,000-$600,000 over here, and my broker told me it's going to come back. Stay the course.
Yeah.
Well, I said, well, how much of your monies are in equities or entire volatile account, market risk? He said, well, my statement says 100%.
Oh, yikes.
And if the market goes down, the money's going to come back. No, it's not. I just told him, I said, it's not coming back for you.
No.
Because you're aging and you don't have the life expectancy in order to recover any damages
Right.
to your retirement account.
And that makes you mad, and I understand it makes me mad too, because I hate to say it, but the big box, that is kind of what they're trained to do.
Exactly.
Tell them to stay the course, it'll be okay. And
Yep.
it's everyone is different.
Well, you know that the time has passed. Now, here's the good part. He called up. He says, you know, I heard him say, I should have listened to you. I said, well, sir, you start from where you stand.
That's right.
You come into the office. We're going to see whether or not we can save a substantial amount of your nest egg,
Yes.
place it into a safe vehicle, generating guaranteed income, and I want to do a tax-efficient plan.
Yeah.
I also was able to, now, he was concerned about taxes. I said, well, I know how we can do, and I asked him about after-tax money to convert a piece of the traditional IRA into a Roth, because he is into the RMD stage.
Right.
And he didn't, well, I'm just saying, no one, the professional that's supposed to help him,
Right.
didn't tell him, you and I talked about RMD, greater percentage coming out of the nest egg at attained age.
Right.
He didn't know that.
And if you're not having these conversations with your financial planner, I think at the very least, get a second opinion.
That's what the gentleman did.
Yeah,
The
thank
Washington,
goodness.
D.C.
Yeah.
And I found after-tax money to convert a little at a time is traditional into a Roth.
Yeah.
Did not subject any of his IRA, traditional IRA money, did not surface to be taxed to have a reduced Roth IRA. Let me give you a good example of how people make mistakes and they listen to
Okay.
what they think they know about the Roth. Let's take $1 million. And they say, well, why don't you convert that to a Roth? Okay. Didn't come to me, but I don't know where they went, but that $1 million wanted to convert it to a Roth. Well, let's say they're in the 30% tax bracket, and they take $300K out to pay Uncle Sam. That would be the tax liability. To pay the taxes for that $700,000 Roth.
Yeah,
No, you
it's a
don't.
shame.
That's a shame. No financial literacy,
Yeah.
Listen to someone, well, my broker told me, well, maybe they did, but that's not the wrong way. That's the wrong way to go
Yeah.
about it. I don't attack brokers or anything like that, but that was poor information.
Did
and
it put him in a
advice.
higher bracket
Yeah.
as well?
Yes, you paying 300. You take $300K out of your nest egg just
you
to have a
earned.
$700,000 Roth. The gentleman that called me when they said, my broker told me, I found out where his after-tax money is. Savings accounts, credit unions, and we were able to take a small amount each month, pay the taxes on the smaller distribution to convert to the Roth.
Gotcha.
Now I say, well, your life expectancy out there on random software, you're only 74 years old. We can get on out there at least 18 to 20 more years so that you'll have tax-free money on the back end where you're taking RMDs, and we were able to convert into separate packages. Remember we talked about creating checks?
Yeah, paychecks.
Paychecks. Checks, and we have got it such that Roth, tax-free, traditional IRA, know what to do with this first bucket, the three of them, converting that to guaranteed lifetime income, taking the RMD from one IRA. See, a lot of folks don't know. Folks, if you want to know about tax efficiency, you want to know about Social Security distributions, give me a call. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. There's some complexity to Roth conversions, and you can make terrible mistakes. And also, folks, early in the segment, we said the first 10 callers, we wanted to, that wish to have a complimentary consultation. All our consultations are complimentary. We don't have to charge fees. But also, I like to offer that book.
Yes.
The top 10 IRA mistakes, and I usually give that to clients. The top 10 IRA mistakes and how to avoid the IRA tax traps.
Yeah.
So, converting to Roth, very simple. We'll do a tax efficient plan. A lot of folks don't know because I ask, they don't know when they sit beside. I say, you want a Roth? Do you know where to get the money to pay the taxes? Yeah, I just take it out of the traditional IRA. Double taxation, you can't do that.
Right, don't do that. Wow.
So then I run the software. And so Rebecca, I help them with Roth conversions. I don't subject their monies to any volatility and market risk. We had to measure that. I got great software. And you could see as you put in the income producing assets, I'm talking about folks that have $250,000, 500,000. I usually use those increments, $1 million and higher, and they could see, oh, dang, oh man. And then I go out and project with the software.
For the rest of their life and all the different scenarios. If you would like to ask Mr. Freeman to help you with all of these complex things like Social Security, tax planning, give him a call, 833-414-7233. Stay with us. All you have to do is just ask Freeman. We'll be right back.
You know, retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. You know, and during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have total peace of mind, not worry about what's going on in the markets, all the volatility? We were talking about risk. Do you know your tolerance? And I think safety is the word, and safety has always been your word. For
That's
45 years, you've always kept people's principles.
Exactly. Safe.
Safe, yes. Safe money.
That's it. I had a radio show, Safe Money Talk Radio. I gave workshops and in the Washington metropolitan area, from I say Towson to Bowie to Accokeek, Maryland, and gathered clients. And now, being here on TV, recently, this is a true story, I'll make it short. A couple of clients had come to a workshop and they weren't ready for retirement. Here it is several years later. Now they say, well, I didn't know you were Just Ask Freeman TV and you offer financial literacy like you did in person. We're
Yeah.
ready to do a rollover, set up our plans. I said, well, welcome.
Yeah.
So being able to, when I talk about safety, one thing I used to enjoy a lot whenever I give workshops, I would say things like, your money, and we've done the PowerPoint, we're discussing retirement. I say, well, my client's money is what? And everyone chimes in, safe. Safe. And that is the mantra because
That's
you
right.
can have a portion of your assets. You got $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million. Take a piece of that, or most of the time we roll that over tax with no taxes, a non-taxable event coming out of these tax qualified plans to safety and generating income they can't ever outlive.
Yeah.
And understanding simple things when it comes to financial literacy. Compound interest versus
Right.
simple interest. And you'd be surprised, Rebecca, a lot of folks do not know the difference between compound interest
And simple interest.
and simple interest. And so
And it's not their fault. It's not our fault. We weren't taught that. Really, I
Exactly.
really wish I would have been taught about checking accounts instead of algebra and classes that I despised. You know?
yes.
That needs to be your next thing. Go to Washington, go up to the Hill right now and say, we've got to add financial literacy to American public school systems.
They need to know because
I don't think they want us to know. I hate to say it because they could take more taxes,
taxes are a
but it hurts
big-
our whole country if we're all struggling.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the part about we have to look at. I would ask the question, audience,
Yeah.
viewing audience. Let's say, will taxes go up or will they go down? 100%. They're going up.
we're only 32 trillion in debt.
We
I
have to-
wonder.
exactly.
Yeah.
Taxes will increase.
They will.
And
So now's the best time to pay your taxes.
yeah.
I mean, as little as you can, obviously, but it's better to pay on the seed than the harvest, is what you like to say.
Exactly. Yeah. Pay your taxes up front, and we can convert
Yeah.
the traditional IRA
Uh-huh.
because we'll find out where to get the money to pay the taxes such that it doesn't liable the transaction and reduce your income producing asset, which is a tax qualified program. You just got to know, because I've seen folks have come after they made the mistake. Well, I thought I was getting a Roth. That example where I said you have $1 million
Yeah.
and you need $300,000, let's say you're in a 30% tax bracket, in order to pay the taxes on the $1 million.
Yeah.
If you take it out of that coffer
Yeah.
of $1 million, give IRS $300,000, now you have $700,000 Roth after the 5-year criteria. And suppose you take money out of that Roth, other than the principal,
Yes.
and you're under 59 and a half, there could be a penalty. There's a 10% penalty. So you got to know how to deal with the distribution of the Roth. Even though it's tax-free, you still need to know if you're under 59 and a half, you can get the principal, but you get messing around with the gain, you could be subject to taxation on that distribution.
And like you said, compound interest. You don't want to take cash out of the thing, 401k, for instance, that can grow. Compounding interest is bad. Well, it's good if it's compounding interest, but
Yeah.
it's bad if it's compounding loss.
Yeah,
I
because
guess.
you have tax deferral. And here's something else too.
Okay.
With the clients I have, they usually have $500 or $1 million or so. I still say to them, you do not use, we just rolled over your 401k or we rolled over your 403b or your TSP 457. Even law enforcement officers they have programs called, let me see, I forgot. Well, anyway.
The good guys.
Yeah, they don't have. They have a tax deferred program.
Yeah.
In which I've rolled over their assets, and they retire young, but they have large tax qualified plans.
Gotcha.
Now, but here's what I tell them. All the folks who have these IRAs now, I said, you do not use this money as an ATM machine.
Right.
But you have penalty-free withdrawals in which you can utilize monies for travel, remodeling your home, just about anything. But you don't come up, Freeman, I thought I just asked you, I need $75 to pay Pepco or, the electric bill.
Like
or
you're their dad. Can I?
Yep. So you don't use the funds as an ATM machine because it's designed to give you and provide that peace of mind, knowing those funds are going to come in for the rest of your life.
And let it grow.
And let it grow.
All right, let it grow. Only a minute left. I want to just give you that time now, sir, to give them the number one more time. Tell them what they get complimentary, absolutely no obligation to come meet this man.
All right. Now, we got about a minute and a half.
Take it away.
Folks, you want to know how to keep your assets safe? Want a tax-efficient plan? Minimize taxes. We got to pay some. Minimize taxes. Also, to get a Social Security report so that you know when to file, how to maximize your Social Security benefits, how to avoid losses to your nest egg in the distribution mode. You want to know how to do that, folks? Just call. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. And I'm telling you, the first, we got another 10.
Yes,
I want
good.
another 10 folks to call that number, 833-414-7233. And also mention the fact that we have the book here for you, The 10 IRA Mistakes, there it is, and How to Avoid the IRA Tax Traps.
There are a lot of traps out there, and we want to keep that money in your pocket. If you have any questions at all about your retirement, no question is too small. 833-414-7233. Come in and meet Mr. Freeman Owen Jr., and we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much for joining us.